Well, hello, everybody, and welcome, Keller Williams and Colorado Springs. I'm Dr. Hank, and it was great being with you guys about 3 weeks ago, and we had some exciting news to share with you there. And you're going to, hey, Eric, yeah, thank you, appreciate that. And you're going to really enjoy what I'm going to share with you today. I've helped thousands of people around the world to be able to create whatever they want, overcome diseases, build businesses. Literally, we are just all powerful. We just didn't realize it. And today I'm going to share with you on how thoughts become things. And if you'll just listen and allow this information to come to you, that you will see it will improve your life. You'll feel better. You'll have more of your dreams come true. And it's really phenomenal. I'm not selling anything here. I'm just helping. And so John asked me to do this, and Jamie and all the people to be able to help all of us to have a better mindset. And I'm actually a mental scientist. So when I say I'm teaching mindset, it's not that, hey, this is what I think. It's like what I have learned. And I'm going to share this knowledge with you that will be very helpful to have more of your dreams come true. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we'll do a PowerPoint. And what I would recommend that if you would take notes on this, that most ideas aren't accepted until at least the sixth or seventh time. This is why, like, you wonder why the advertising, why did they play that dumb commercial again? Right. And the reason why they understood that it takes us humans a while to accept new ideas. We have a lot of ideas, a lot of beliefs that really aren't our own. They were given to us when we were being brought up, whatever, like don't talk to strangers. That is one belief. And then they never told us, when we were older, okay, now it's okay to talk to strangers. And like, that's why it's America's number one fear is public speaking. And the reason why, the way they gave us this vibration, like our parents, they meant well and everything, but they went like, don't talk to strangers. And man, we thought like they were sharing with us that we would die, and that's what they were thinking. That if you talk to strangers, you die. And in fact, that we all have been strangers. You were a stranger to your mother until you were, birth. That everybody is strangers. Your partner or whatever, husband, wife, your clients, everybody is a stranger. So it's okay to talk to strangers. But again, we have these beliefs. And so I'm going to share with you on how to improve your beliefs and to improve your life. So, how thoughts become things. Again, I'm not only a mental scientist, but I'm also a real estate agent and broker. I had 420 agents in Texas. I'm also a loan officer. And the reason why I'm a loan officer is I wanted to tap into the money on the loan side as a real estate agent. And legally, the only way at that time was for me to become a licensed loan officer. And then you can actually get paid on both sides. And I'm also a wealth maker, and I've made lots of money, people lots of money, a couple of billionaires even, and many millionaires. And you'll see, in fact, and I'll give you a magical sentence later on that will literally increase your income within from 3 days to 3 weeks. You'll be able to increase your income. So hang on for a good ride. You'll really enjoy this. Plus, I'm going to give, when I was live with you, I gave away $100 bills. I'm going to do better today. I'm going to give you $1,000 program. It's free to you, and simply for showing up here today. And we will talk about one of the ways to build wealth is through Red House lending, which is a way for you to have passive income and to have stock and be paid dividends, and to have white glove service for your customers. And so it's just another opportunity that, again, we all have. And it's a matter of doing inspired action and taking action when you feel comfortable. So let's get into it. That all of science, including neuroscience, quantum physicists, molecular biology, all in the past 5 years have proven and all have agreed that they say it only takes 3 steps in order to create anything we want: more business, more happiness, better relationships, better health. Doesn't matter what it is, it's just 3 steps. And so the first step is, and this is how, again, how thoughts become things. And the first step is it all starts with our powerful thoughts. Now, most of us have been brought up Christian, and I'm actually an ordained minister because I knew how the mind worked, but I didn't understand how God played into this and how God interacted. And when I use God, some people, they want to use universe or whatever, and you can use whatever you want, but there's this power, and I promise you, there is this loving energy, this power that can help us to get whatever we want. But step one is our all powerful thoughts. Ask and you shall receive. This asking is about what you're thinking. And it's not thinking when you have your hands folded on your knees, that it's your everyday thinking. And catch this: out of our thoughts, we have 60,000 thoughts every day, and 80% of those thoughts are negative or unwanted thoughts. No wonder why most of us aren't as happy as we could be, aren't as successful as we could be. It's because of what we're thinking. And with those thoughts, those 80% of those negative, unwanted thoughts, I call that the committee. It's like in your head, there's this beautiful mahogany table in your head, and there's these leather executive chairs that are around the table. And we have given away our power to this committee. You could almost call it the devil, if you will. The only thing working against any of us is this committee. And who are the people sitting in our heads that are kind of managing 80% of our lives? It's fear, worry, doubt, complaining, blame, shame, guilt, anger. And the head of the committee is the judge. And who's the judging? You. Out of all the billions of people in the world, do you know who the one person is that badmouths you more than anybody else? It's yourself. And stop that. And I'll help you to stop that and to be able to think thoughts of what you want, to rise above this committee and to literally walk with God, to be able to ask and then be able to receive the things that you want. So back to science. Everything starts with us thinking. And so some people say, well, I'm going to wait for God, to show me the way. And my response is, it's going to be a long wait. You need to do the asking, and you get the asking from living this life and experiencing contrast, things you didn't like: not enough money, not enough business, not enough better relationships, not enough health. All of that actually has birth thoughts, if you'll allow it, thoughts to what you do want. That I want more money, that I want better health, I want better relationships, I want to feel better. So it's all about these thoughts where it starts. And then scientists, and again, they've proven this now, that our thoughts then create what the scientists say is energy. And this energy is actually our feelings, our emotions. I've written 24 books. One of my books is Think, Feel, and Grow Rich. It's similar to the famous book of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, but I added in there in the title and in the book, it's about the feeling. It's about your energy on how you feel. So your thoughts create emotion, and this energy, according to the scientists, proven by the scientists, creates matter, matter. And this is how our dreams come true. Now, hearing those three steps, does anybody have any comments? Do you believe that? Do you think this might be true? Any thoughts on this? And if you will just allow these three things that and understand how powerful your thoughts are, it truly will be. The issue with this is that the scientists forgot about God. And so I'll share with you on actually, we only need to do two steps, but there's five steps altogether. And so it's ask and we shall receive, biblical, and the Father does the work. And so let's take a look at what that is. It's exactly like scientist says. It's our prayer, our asking, whatever we're thinking about, that starts it all. We, each one of you, are the creators of your own experience, but it's a co-creative process, and you'll see how this works. So your thoughts, just like the scientist said, thoughts then create this energy, and it's emotional energy. And that's why if you say, oh, I'd like to build my business now, you're not going to build your business. But if you really are in it and you're really feeling it, that and it's your spirit, your emotions is part of your spirit. And so if you say, hey, I really want to increase my business now, it brings me to a thought about Cheyenne. I'm assuming most of you know her, and she's in Pueblo. And a year ago, before I started coaching with her, that she finally just got fed up with not enough business and not enough money. And she said, you know what? I'm going to go do whatever needs to be done, inspired steps to make this happen. And because she was inspired, that's why, I think in January, last year, she sold, I think, 41 homes. This year in January, she sold 3 homes, and I think maybe 4 in February. And anyways, her business just continues to grow. And why is it? It's because she's of her thought and her emotion behind that, and her really having a deep burning desire. And so think to yourself, hey, what do I have a deep burning desire for? Are you sick and tired of not enough business or not enough money or not enough good health or whatever it is, that then you just want to start thinking about what you do want. So step 2, goes to your emotions, and your emotions are the communication system to the divine, to God, to all that is, to the universe. That energy, literally, we communicate through our emotions. And the reason why we do is words really aren't very good. Like if I use the word God, everybody has a different definition. If I use other words, in fact, all of you are interpreting what I'm saying a little bit differently. And again, I would ask that you just open up your mind and say, hey, this is the answers. The reason why you're here is because you've been asking for answers, and here's some of the answers are now that are going to flow to you. So in step 3, God instantly answers your prayer that came from your thought, goes to emotions, and emotions is the truth on how you're really feeling about whatever subject you're thinking about. And that prayer, and that's why, like people said, but now, hold on, that's not true. Thoughts don't become things, because I've been asking for more money and I haven't gotten any more money. And so where's my stuff? Okay. And where our stuff is that, are you really asking, like emotionally, when you say, oh, can I please have more money? Well, that actually you're vibrating. Okay. Your emotions are, I don't have enough money. And then God answers your prayer and gives you more, not enough money. And so it's like, oh my gosh, no wonder why I've kind of had this backwards. And so that's why even money, even that word money, it has so much hair on it. It was a misunderstanding of it, biblically. Biblically, it said, hey, the root of all evil is the love of money. But what it was saying is that if you don't put God first, that anything else that you do put first, for example, money, then becomes the root of all evil. Money isn't the root of all evil. That in Christ's time, that to exchange, wealth and have wealth, you had sheep. And so, if I have a sheep under my arm right now, that certainly isn't the root of all evil. Nor is the $100 bills or whatever. That it's not the root of all evil. So there's misunderstandings with money, and then thinking there's not enough of it, and actually there's plenty of money and there's plenty of anything that we want. So in step 3, God instantly receives your prayer and instantly answers it. And this is why all of our prayers are being answered. Again, people come to me and they said, "But Dr. Hank, where's my stuff?" Well, where your stuff is it's in this vibrational, and proven by science, the whole universe is vibrational. In fact, our thoughts are energy, and that we can mold. We're the only ones. Animals can't do this, any other living species, that they can't do what we do. We can literally think thoughts and mold the energies that creates worlds into our experience. This is how magnificent we are. And so everything is energy. And so God has our answers in energy, and all we need to do is step 4. And step 4 is to allow it. You can't say, "Oh, I want to build my business," and then say, "Oh, gee, because of the tariffs, that I'm so worried about the economy, and probably it's going to slow down real estate." You know what? It just slowed down real estate. I have a guy that I help in San Diego, a real estate agent, and he was telling me before the tariff thing, he said, "Oh, once these tariffs, it's going to be awful." I said, "You keep on saying that, and it'll be awful for you, but it doesn't have to be." And so he said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, change that around and say it doesn't matter what the world is doing. What matters is what you're thinking and what you're feeling." And so this guy just got $2.5 million worth of business in the last 3 weeks, and all why the tariffs are happening or whatever. It all depends on what you're thinking. And do you believe that? Do you know that? Yeah, the only person in our way is us. So allow it, believe it. Believe in what? Believe in yourself. Increase, ask for, "I want more confidence. I know that my thoughts create," and then expect it. Expect your business to get better. Expect your relationships, your health to be better. That if you do allow, believe, and expect it, then what you ask for will come to you. And in step 4, you receive it. I love that castle down there. And so hearing those 5 thoughts, any comments about any of that?
It's really the law of attraction, right? Like
Yeah.
it's what you believe, what you think about, and it's the difference between if you think about debt and money in a negative sense, then
Yeah.
it's going to grow, right? If you think, "Oh
Right.
my gosh, I'm in so much debt," you're going to attract more debt. But if you
Beautiful.
think positively and wealth versus the negative of the debt, right, you attract more of it. That's
That's
what I
correct.
heard. That's what I heard you say, right? Is if you say, "Oh my gosh, I'm in so much debt," you attract more debt
Yeah.
versus you say, "I have so much wealth," then you attract more wealth and you're not
Yeah.
focused on the debt.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Well stated. And yeah, so there are some laws in the universe, and one of them is the law of attraction. Whatever I think about grows. Okay. It's just the way it is. I like using, for example, don't fight against anything. So breast cancer, and men get breast cancer too, that, if you've noticed, it just continues to get bigger and bigger. Reason why? Everybody's, "Oh, breast cancer." And then they think, "Oh, I wonder if this is going to happen to me." This is not a world of insertion where all of a sudden disease comes into you. Okay. This is a world of attraction. If you're thinking, "Oh, I hope I don't get cancer," you're actually attracting cancer. We have to think about, if you want to get what you want, we have to think about the things that we want. And John, and you mentioned positive, and yep, that's true. I like using more about it because it helps clarity with our thinking about what do I want. Because again, most people, when I ask them what I want, they'll say, "Well, I don't want to be in any more debt." Well, you just talked about what you don't want, debt. And so, and even, the opposite of debt, what is that? This is an abundant world that, I give you life and I give you life abundantly. We've been promised this, but we have to allow this. We have to first think about what we do want. And we have, again, been brought up about things and what we don't want. Don't talk to strangers, that it's tough out there. The economy's tough. That in any time, I've been in real estate for over 30 years, that in all of that time, that there hasn't been 1 year where I haven't helped the people that, whether they were my agents or whatever, grow their business because it was all how we thought about it. Even in 07, 08 with the financial crisis, that I helped one guy actually build $1 billion business because he said, "Hey, what is the need out there?" And they were actually foreclosures, and Chase and Wells Fargo needed to handle all the foreclosures, and they wanted to outsource it. And he became the company to outsource to. And so with every change, there's opportunity. And so, and again, it doesn't matter what the world is doing out there. It doesn't matter what your past is. It doesn't matter what's going on right now. In fact, we've all been told, why don't you face reality? But I just shared with you that my thoughts create this energy, and the Father does the work and everything, and that creates my experience. So whatever I'm experiencing, whatever's happening right now is old news. It's the accumulation of my thought. And all I need to do is improve my thought, and that you're all powerful thought, and you'll improve your life. And it's like, whoa, this is great. I get to handle it. There's no karma against you. There's nothing working against you. No, energy is working against you, other than you do have the committee. And that's in your thoughts, and you can rise above the committee. And I'm going to share with you how you can start thinking better in order to have a better life. And so, yeah, it's the law of attraction that we attract. This is so. And in answer to when you face reality, you know what my answer is? I'm never going to face reality. And people go, "Oh, how can you say that?" And I say, because I'm going to create reality. Yeah. And the way I'm going to do that is with my all powerful thoughts. So we only need to do two things to make our dreams come true. Ask and you shall receive. The asking is really just your thoughts. What are you asking for? So, for example, every morning when I wake up, I do what's called a joy shop, which I'm going to give you all of these tools in order to help you be more successful. And and so, for example, on my travels, I never say the word traffic, because then I'll create traffic. But what I do say is that my travels are smooth, easy, and enjoyable. I don't even say my travels are safe, because again, it's that word, it's a slippery slope. Am I safe thinking about safe, or am I safe thinking about, oh, I hope I don't get into an accident? And so you want to start choosing words to make sure you're on the wanted side. So my travels are smooth, easy, and enjoyable. My business now grows despite what's going on right now. If somebody just said no to you, you turn it around and you go, "Oh, I just love no's, because this is leading me to yes. So show me the way." But most of us, when we're told no, or if our knee hurts, or we don't have enough money in our bank account, whatever it is, we sit in our pity party with the committee, and we Facebook about it, and we tell our friends about it and how terrible everything is. And you know what you're doing? You're not only creating that situation terrible, but you're lowering your entire vibration, And you're going to attract more things of lack or more things of not good health or whatever it is, less business. And so it's like, I'm just not going to sucker for whatever's happening right now. What I'm going to embrace and love is my thoughts and how I feel. And just a word about feelings, too. So I just shared with you that when we think, our thoughts create energy, these are emotions. And our emotions is how we communicate to the universe, to the divine, to our higher power, to God. And but how does God communicate to us? And most of us have seen TV commercials of, I mean, TV movies, It's a Wonderful Life, and it's some guy, hey, you down there, and none of this is happening, okay? God communicates, is this loving energy that communicates to us with our feelings. When you feel bad, it means you're not thinking about this the way that God is. When you feel good, you're on your lighted path and you're on the road to abundance. And so you don't have to monitor 60,000 thoughts every day. Just monitor how you feel. And when you feel bad, ask, so what am I thinking about right now? And that because that's what I don't want. And then ask, what do I want? And you'll be led to the things that you do want on what this has birthed. So when you're told no, as an example, when you're told no, that you said simply, you just go, don't put any energy into it. Don't put a charge in. You say, this is what I don't want. And then you ask, what do I want? And you will attract thoughts, people, circumstances, and everything to a brighter future. Woo. You believe that? Yeah, you get to control it all. And so most people are thinking about what they don't want, and God gives us more of what we don't want. So we're not going to do that anymore. And then the second thing for us to do is we aim it. We just need to allow it. And you can't be saying, hey, where's my stuff? Now that's doubt and not faith. Okay. And you have to believe that, hey, I have the power with what I say. It doesn't matter what I said before or whatever, that I'm going to be able to allow it, believe it, and expect it. And so one easy way to do that is your breath. And in fact, let's just all do that together. That in the fastest way in the Bible, the word spirit actually means breath, but it's the fastest way to connect with your higher power. And it's breathing 5 seconds in and then 5 seconds out. And if you do that just for 1 minute, it'll literally raise your vibration. You'll feel better. You'll be closer to God. You'll get the type of ideas, the ideas and the answers and the solutions to the things that you want. It's really just that easy. So to relax, breathe deeply, be easy, quiet your mind, for the meek shall inherit the earth. And so let's do that just for 1 minute. So breathe in, and you can close your eyes if you want. Breathe in for 5 seconds. And breathe out. And just let anything that's been disturbing you, bothering you, just release it out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And as you breathe out, just relax your eyes, relax your jaw, relax your neck and shoulders. Just become more and more relaxed. The third breath, breathe in. Oh, and just relax now, your arms, your chest, your stomach, all your beautiful organs. It creates such perfect health for you. Just relaxing, feeling so good. Breathe in. just relax down your hips and your thighs, your knees, your calves, ankles, your feet. Allow relaxation to flow down to you. Breathe in. And breathe out. And ask for more peace now. Peace in your mind. Peace in your spirit and your body. 2 more breaths. Breathing in. And breathe out. Oh, and just call forth more freedom now. More freedom to be free of the committee, to be free of this world and create it the way you want it. The last breath in. And breathe out and just relax and enjoy. Doesn't that feel nice? So I invite you back into the room now. Your vibration has risen, which means that you're getting closer to your creator, if you will. It also increases your point of attraction to more of the things that you want. So it's all simple and easy. And so I help people to improve their thought process by guiding them to what they want. And I do one-on-one coaching. I do mindset training like we're having here. I'm also a wealth maker, though. And all of us have this amazing opportunity with Red House Lending. And so if you haven't looked at it, if you don't know about it, you can, contact me or John or Jamie or whoever that you want that has been with that. But it's an opportunity to have a better experience for you and your clients, your buyers. And it's white glove service. It's the best service that you and your buyers will be able to enjoy. At the same time, you also have an investment opportunity. And so many of us have invested already into Red House Lending. And just as a reminder, at the end of the month, it closes. And so the window to purchase that stock, but that stock then pays dividends. And we call it a cap buster. Way to work for free at KW is simply by having this stock. And so I would encourage all of you to use it at least once to see how great the experience is. The app is IntroLend Agents. And so if you go to that app and just sign up, you should be in the system. If you aren't, we can help you. There might be a email change than what we got versus what you put in. But just know that this is a great opportunity for you. It's the biggest opportunity I've seen in real estate for us real estate agents to be able to get paid on the other side, the mortgage side, if you will, and to eliminate our cap and work for free. And so with that, any thoughts about any of that so far? Thoughts or comments? What did you like best?
I just think it's good stuff. I think it just reinforces kind of what I said earlier, just the law of attraction, right? And it's
Yep.
it obviously depends on whatever anyone believes, like you said, right? God, universe,
Right. Yep.
But just calling in what you want
Mm-hmm.
in the right way, right? Whether
Yeah.
it's in a positive way, but still the right way. Because even what you said was, when you travel, you don't say, "I want safe," because it still has like an interesting connotation to it, right? You say,
Right.
"I want it," what did you say? Easy and smooth.
Yeah. And enjoyable. Yeah.
Enjoyable.
It might, Yeah, and I don't even use the word traffic. And so,
Right.
because traffic also has a connotation of, hey, it's busy and whatever. And so
Yep.
it's my travels. And so I ask for the best parking spot in the place, and I get it. Um, I ask for the planes to leave early and come in early. When I left Colorado, that I asked for my travels to be smooth, easy, and enjoyable and on time. And then I went, or even early, just a fun little, or even early. And everything was about 45 minutes early. I got to the airport 45 minutes early. The plane literally, the pilot got on and said, hey, we can leave early if you guys are okay with it. And so we left early, and he said, because of weather, we have to just go really fast and low. And so we're going to be in early. And I'm hearing early all the time because I asked for early. And I got home 45 minutes early. And it's like, it literally, you can do it. But if people say, oh boy, I hope the flight isn't delayed, guess what? You just ask for your flight. And if you asked it with enough emotion, that it'll happen really quick. And you'll make you get to ask for it. You get to call it. Just most people don't realize they've been asking for what they don't want, and now we can ask for what we do want. And so here is, I want to give each of you, and it's real simple. You can just contact me, and I'll send this $1,000 program. I've had this across the world. Australia, just had a couple of people buy it in Australia recently. But it's been literally used by thousands of people, and it's a way to attract easy money and an easier life. And it's called Easy Money, Easy Life. I actually have one of my books is that as well. But this is the program. And so this a program includes 3 magical videos. Again, there's no charge at all. I'm just going to send it to you. That again, I'm not selling anything. I'm other than I want you to be happier. I want you to be more successful. I want you to be able to call forth what you want. So there's 3 magical videos in there. There's a meditation that is just amazing that will give you more money. There's a magical thought and sentence that will guarantee you more income. And I'm going to actually give you that thought that I would recommend that you write down. And the more often you can think this thought, the more easily money will come to you and an easier life. And so that magical sentence is, I easily accept new prosperity thoughts. So I easily accept new prosperity thoughts. And see, you have to have, biblically, it says, when 2 of you are in agreement, it'll be manifested here on earth. The 2 of you is your conscious mind, your subconscious. You have to have agreement. And so if you say, I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, your subconscious mind has no problem. Come on in. You've never said, hey, I'm never going to accept new prosperity thoughts. Okay. And nobody told you, now don't you be accepting new prosperity thoughts. And so now we've been told other things that have been, to our best interest. They thought it was, and they were trying to help us. But so I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, and I am prepared to increase my income. So that second one, again, your subconscious mind, no problem. And notice I didn't use the word money. Money has too much what I call hair on it. Okay, that too much on the unwanted side. So I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, and I am prepared to increase my income, and then the all powerful now. Woo! And so the way to have this soak into your subconscious mind, it's kind of like God in action, your subconscious mind. I have a whole book on it, Your Royal Path to Riches, that talks about this. But just if you'll take my word for it, that if you will write that out, and so you could write it out, that sentence, 3 times a day, 7 times a day. And like the max that I would recommend is 21 times a day. Now, I had a lady who is a real estate agent in Southern Texas, and her business was miserable. And so she started writing out 21 times every day in the morning, first thing in the morning. I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, and I am prepared to increase my income now. And when you can memorize it like I have it, it's in my subconscious. And that's one of the reasons why I'm independently wealthy, is because I literally have emerged myself with those thoughts and have it right off the tip of my tongue. Well, this lady did it 21 times a day. And within a couple of weeks, she was popping business, people out of the blue calling her, just amazing things. So she tripled it, and she started writing it 63 times a day. And I don't recommend doing that. Okay. That, it'll take you a couple hours or whatever. But, if you can do it 3 times a day, great. If you can write it, it'd be a little kinky, write it with lipstick on the mirror, whatever. Be exposed to that thought, and that I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, and I am prepared to increase my income now, and then you will start seeing things start popping. Life will pop for you. Everything is happening for you based on what you're asking. It's just 80% of the time we've been asking for what we don't want, and then we get more of what we don't want. Okay. Any thoughts, questions on that?
I do have a
Okay.
question, Doctor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there a way, or how do we decide where it comes from? Is there a way to decide where it comes from through our thoughts? Because
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want it to just come from a certain place, right? Because
Yes.
that can be overwhelming, or right?
Yeah. Yeah. Great question. Great question. So here's my counsel is remember, the Father does the work. So a great way, and I would write this down, our responsibility is to think about what we want and why we want it. The universes, God, whatever term you want to do, does the who, when, and where. So it's the 5 W's. Your job is only what and why. Now, if you write down that sentence and then you sit down and with your committee, okay, and say, okay, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get the money. I'm going to make 50 calls every day, whatever, okay, that a kind of a rule of thumb is don't get real specific on the how. Now, when you say I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, that what will happen is you will allow, as long as you're allowing and believing that this will work, and it will in amazing ways, that when you do that, you'll be given thoughts. All of a sudden, you'll have a thought like, oh, I'm going to call Joe, and like, I don't just say hi. And next thing you know, Joe is, I was just thinking about you, and whatever. None of these are coincidences. It's all energy, and it depends on what we have been thinking. And so again, one thing is the specific, but the other way of knowing how specific should I be is how you feel. So if you say, hey, I want $1 million by, tonight, that, your subconscious mind doesn't believe that. You're not gonna, you don't feel good. You don't feel like, oh yeah, this is really, what, it's not going to do. So monitor your thoughts. And so a great one for like business is that I'd like to increase my business now. I want more easy money. Easy money, easy life. Like this is what I do, and this is part of the magical videos that you'll see. Get the energy going. Easy money, easy life. Easy money, easy life. I love money, money loves me. Okay. And that if you start doing that, that you will raise your vibration, and you will start seeing it come in just really incredible, amazing ways. And this guy down in San Diego, he goes, "This is just unbelievable." That, I had a cousin who I decided to call, because he was given that thought. And he called the cousin and said, "Oh, I'll be done. I'm thinking about selling my house, buying another house." And then that same cousin gave him a referral to another guy that wants to sell his house. He was like, this just comes out of the blue. And so that's another cool thing to ask for is I want my abundance to just come out of the blue, and it will. And so you'll attract thoughts, you'll attract people and circumstances that will give you what you want. Now, hearing that, John, did you have a specific example of, business or whatever, what you were thinking about? Maybe it's too detailed, too specific, and kind of telling God how to do it?
No, my thought was like coming too fast or coming too, not coming in the right way, I guess,
Yeah.
if we're not asking specifically, right? So, for example, I guess there's always ways around it. So, let's say I'm a residential agent and all of a sudden commercial deals start coming my way, right? I could always refer them and that would still work out okay. But I guess it's always going to work out to the benefit in one way, shape, or form.
Yes, yes. And here's why is that. And so I don't even use the word work because work's on a very high vibrational
Right.
word. So I go like, how's this gonna play out? And whenever you're feeling good, it's going to play out perfectly in perfect timing and perfect portions. You don't have to figure out the how. In fact, when you start trying to figure out the how, you're going upstream, and now it becomes difficult. And guess what? None of your desires are upstream. It's all downstream. And the way that I like looking at that, or I'd sing a little song on that, it's row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but your dream based on what you're thinking. And so everything is downstream. We've been told, hey, you got to work hard, you got to sacrifice, you got to do all this. And it's their committees telling us, and their committees are having a party up in our heads and their heads. They're doing high five, tapping, champagne bottles and everything because we suckered for this thing and we got to work hard and sacrifice. And when we see people, oh, but they worked hard and sacrificed, that we think that's the truth. But there's an easier way. And wouldn't you rather have an easier way? And it all came from their thought. Whatever was, done came from their thought. And why don't we do a more easy way? And this is really where you need to have faith and belief that, hey, when I ask for something, it'll come in perfect portions and perfect time, in the perfect order, perfect people, perfect thoughts that will come to me. And so, and again, I've proven this that I was I don't know how many of you know like this story of mine, but I was in a major car accident. I was paralyzed from my waist down. I was told I'd never walk again, and I just decided not to believe them. I knew all things were possible, and that I could create whatever I wanted. And so I just focused on thinking about me walking, feeling the energy in my legs and everything. I couldn't feel anything at the time initially. And one breath after the next, one thought after the next. And one day, my little toe started to move. And I went, cool, I'm going to just focus on this energy. And so I focused on that energy and in my little toe, and it grew up my right leg and then across my waist down my left. And now I can walk. And I love doing this little circle. That's a miracle. Okay. That's a darn miracle. But and people say, oh, Dr. Hank, you're a walking miracle. And I go, no, no, no. We're all walking miracles. And this is how to do it. And this is the path on how to do it. And if anything, again, we're offering it to you to, because of Jamie and John, that we're, offering this program to you in order to take advantage of this. And so on with the easy money, easy life. Did that help, John? Did
Yeah.
that get to you? Okay, good.
Yeah.
And just be
just for
more
clarity,
general. Yeah.
just for clarity, I believe in all of this. I want to make sure people understand that
Got it.
there isn't there's no overwhelm. Like things
Right.
come the way they need to come, they work out the way they need to work out. I believe
Exactly.
it, but I know the
Yeah.
thought process, right? I know
Yeah.
the thought process of, oh, if I
Yeah.
ask for something, it's all going to come flooding in, and it's so I want people to have the clarity that it
Yes.
works or it
Yeah.
plays out. What you said,
Yeah.
it plays out
Plays out.
the way
Perfect.
it's supposed to play out
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's
Exactly. Yeah.
all for the good, right? So don't
Yeah.
get caught up in the minutia of it's going to
Right.
come flooding in and I'm going to get overwhelmed because
Right.
that's programming your subconscious to
Exactly.
think
Exactly. Right.
it's
Right.
not going to work out because I'm going to get overwhelmed and it's going to be too much.
Right.
Just let
And
it
then you will.
flow. Just
Yeah.
let it flow. It'll play out the way it needs to play out. If you believe in
Yep.
it, if you trust it, if you have the faith, everything will work out the way you want it to. If
Amen.
if you just have the belief in it, right?
Yep.
If you
There
just
you
ask
go.
for what you want, you believe in what you
Yeah.
want, and then you
Yeah.
trust in what the result you want and believe in all of that, then so
There
that
you
that's
go.
why I asked the question. So it wasn't as much for
Yeah.
me as it
Yeah.
was for
Yeah. Yeah. Clarity for everyone. Yeah.
clarity,
And it's
right?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you.
And that's why if you ask for easy money and an easy life, you're not going to get any of this other stuff because it's
Right.
all depends on what you're going to. So there is no overwhelm in my world. I live in a magical life, and all of us can. And so it's just a matter of literally applying this. And then the other thing that Easy Money and Easy Life includes is called the Money Joy Shop. And this is actually will help improve the way you think. We have some habitual thinking that doesn't serve us any longer. And this will literally, this Money Joy Shop, it's not just about money, it's about your happiness and success and your health and your life, if you will. And so by doing this every morning, and so for example, what people do this, Jamie does this, Jay does this, that a lot of the brokers agents do this because it works, it plays out. And look at Jamie, and she does all kinds of business, millions of dollars of business, and how can she manage a brokerage and have a team and have a life and go dancing every Wednesday and everything? There's plenty of time, and everything can be easy as long as and there's always answers and solutions for that. So the Money Joy Shop will help you with your thinking, and then you included in that is your Royal Path to Riches. And that's if you want to better understand how the conscious and subconscious mind play, that will give you that. And so, people say, they've doubled their income with this, that they're happier now. That their world is opened up to prosperity. Believe me, folks, that this is an abundant world, but you have to think it, believe it, that it is abundance, and the abundance is for you. You're worthy. You deserve all of this. And so basically, just call or text me for this program that will help you. I have this recorded and I'll send it to John. John, if you could send it out to everybody, but and look at that recording and watch this again, because everything, literally, the answers you've been seeking are here. It's just that you'll probably need to hear this several times. And then again, I'll send you Easy Money, Easy Life, the program. And so with that, to your success and happiness. And so any other thoughts, comments about this? I know we ran a little over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Thank
have.
you very much.
Hey, you bet, Kat, and enjoy. And one thing, Kat, you mentioned, hey, you're, kind of new and getting into it. Don't say that anymore. That, and
Right.
again, you got to tell
Right.
me kind of where you're at. But it's like, hey, I just love being with one of America's top brokerages. I love resources, I'd get easy money, easy life, and that'll take you on to more than just, a successful real estate business, but a happier
Absolutely.
and
Yes,
successful. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, thank you all. I love you. You guys, if you have any questions, comments, if I can help you in any way, let me know. Again, remember that Red House is a great opportunity to at least try it. And if you can, I would recommend that you invest in it as well. And John, thanks so much for having me. And everybody, thanks for being on. And you guys all enjoy your day and expect the best because it's on its way.